All right, so let's just do a quick recap on our trades for Friday, which was going to be the May 5th, 2023. I started off with a long natural gas. I did buy the natural gas. Didn't trade a whole lot on the commodity side. Did one trade on natural gas, one trade on the mini NASDAQ, and then that was it. But anyway, we'll show you the natural gas. This was an HF3 buy, so this came this morning. This was during the first hour of my trading before we went into the live trading room with our subscribers. This was an entry buy. It was an HF3, one of my three patterns that are set up. Once again, do not confuse these with your classical chart patterns. It has nothing to do with triangles, head and shoulders, breakouts. I'm not looking at support and resistance, any of those things. These are very unique price patterns or price structure patterns that's set up, and I've got 5 of them that I look at. This is an HF3, and it was buying. I had a profit target up here, and it was a pretty easy trade. I mean, it got into it, had to wait a while, and got in around, I think it was 9:10, something like that, 9:11, and I actually didn't get out until it hit this target up here, which that almost hit it, I believe, but it finally hit it here. 10:10, I went ahead and took my profit on that. Pretty much same thing with the mini NASDAQ. Also took the mini NASDAQ. I believe that was in the first hour. Can't remember what the pattern was for it, but it was very similar in the sense that didn't hold on to it very long. Was able to get out of it fairly quickly and did hit target. So total for that, 543. Stocks were pretty quiet as well. Let's look at those. All right, so let's look at our trade for Friday. This is going to be NBTX. Still holding and added on my JDST. Once again, I've been holding on to this thing, I think, since last Tuesday. I really like JDST, and I think it's getting ready to have a pop to the upside. So that's why I'm holding. I don't do that a lot, but it's just going flat. It just went flat on me on Friday. It's been really quiet. So I really think we're getting ready for a pop here. So I added more JDST. So that's still open. That trade's still open. We'll see if I can get out of that on Monday with a nice little run to the upside. Everything else was closed out. You did see me trade NBTX. NBTX was taken at 105. Had my entry, had these 2 levels. I think I had a 3rd level. I did not get out of this and held on to it for a while. Trying to think of it. I can't remember the pattern. You have to go back and look at the video for the morning, but I can't remember if it was an HF1 or I can't remember what it was. It may have been an HF1 buy. Anyway, I was waiting for this 3rd level to get hit. We finally did hit this upper level here. Now let me show you what happened where I got out. I did end up getting out on this bar right here because I was really expecting it to this bar 935 to do what this bar did at 936, but when it came up here and it hit that high and we had this pullback, I decided to get out because I felt that it was going to start coming back down. And then sure enough, 1 minute later, look, it took off and had a really nice run up. I could have done better on it, but still made a nice little profit. Not much, not going heavy on any of these stocks on Friday. I just want to be careful. So I had a nice little trade on NBTX. The one loser that I did have, I had a couple, but let's look at that. I think it was HIBS I traded this morning within the first hour. I think IMGN was later on in the day. Let's look at HIBS. All right, so let's look at my HIBS trade. So I had a nice little entry. Honestly, I can't remember what pattern that was. I may have mentioned it in the morning, but I can't remember which one it was. It may have been an HF2 or an HF3. But anyway, this was pre-market. Now, why did I get into it? Well, I'm kind of bullish, number one, on HIB. It did have a pattern set up. What I didn't take into consideration is this action pre-market. Now, when you get a lot of these single prints, it certainly doesn't show a whole lot of interest in the stock. And I really like to see that. And I don't know why I didn't pay more attention to that, but I did not because I'm still bullish on HIBS. Anyway, I entered it. I wasn't going heavy. I was able to get out. I had targets up here. Didn't get hit my targets. Pretty much bought right at the high here on this one run up. Came down, hit my level, stopped down here, and I went ahead and got out. Took my loss of $85. Once again, wasn't going heavy, so that really cushioned my having too big of a loss. I still think that HIBS is going to have a run now, which is interesting. If you look what it did here at the end of the day, once again, this is where I got out at that red line. It had like this crazy spike, right? It came all the way up and down. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it start popping up on Monday. If that's the case, I'm going to be looking for a little bit more pre-market activity. And if that's the case, I'll probably jump back into HIBS. But for now, I'm just going to let it go. So overall, closed out trades 294. Not a huge day. Certainly not my biggest day, but not a bad day considering it was a Friday. Got to go a little careful on Fridays. That's why I didn't do a whole lot. Just in and out. Nibbling on a lot of this stuff. Nibble a little bit on GFAI. That's an AI stock. What else did I get into? Yeah, a little bit of AGBA. These all came later on in the morning. And then what else did I do? I did something in the afternoon. IMGN may have been the one I did in the afternoon. Took a loss on that. Anyway, Fridays, you got to be careful on Fridays. And really, usually my best trade is always my first trade, which is interesting. So you don't want to overtrade in the morning. But still had a decent day. Not too excited about it, but, you know, ended up with a decent week. So I'm thinking this next week, actually going into the rest of the month, I'm continuing to expect a lot of volatility. So a lot of opportunities, probably more opportunities on the short side than on the buy side. But right now, I mean, you can still, if you're selective and you look for those stocks that are moving pre-market, look for that interest, use your scanners, and try to narrow down to one or two that are moving. You know, you can make a little bit of money on the upside. Just be careful and don't hold them too long. And that's about it. So that'll wrap it up for this last Friday of trading. We'll be back on Monday. Please join us. First thing Monday morning, we start at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. First hour is open to everybody. Then we continue on for the next 2 hours in our live trading room with our subscribers. For more information, you can check out my website, Innovative Trading Strategies, or my YouTube channel. I think I have, like I said, over 1,000 videos. So there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube. So Innovative Trading Strategies, check those out. And that's going to be it. We'll see everybody hopefully Monday morning. Take care.